Wellington Dukes TV is brought to you by the Sandbanks Bar and Grill. Dukes fans, stop by the Sandbanks Bar and Grill on any home game night wearing your Dukes gear to receive 10% off your meal. The Sandbanks Bar and Grill, 153 Main Street, Wellington, Ontario. It's always better by the water. Once again, and welcome to Wellington Dukes TV. I'm Jason Parks of the Picton Gazette. As always, Wellington Dukes TV is brought to you by the Sandbanks Bar and Grill, 153 Main Street, Wellington. What's that old Frank Sinatra song? Flying high in April, shot down in May? Well, the Wellington Dukes were flying pretty high this past weekend in decisive back-to-back wins over the Newmarket Hurricanes and Oakville Blades, before their three-game win streak came to a sudden and screeching halt in Cobourg. Let's see the highlights. The Dukes and the Hurricanes hooking up for the first time since late September when Wellington went into Newmarket and blanked the hosts 6-0. Tyson Teichman busy early on as he kicks out former Duke Cam Nichols' shot from the high slot and then stones Ian Farrell as he charges to the net. Wellington draws first blood as Luke Brown's shot will get tipped in front by Eric De Laurentiis. New Duke Alex Carnevale also picks up his first point as a Duke on the play. Later in the first, Stephen Deeg will wind up all alone with an empty net to shoot at, and he makes no mistake, making it 2-0 Wellington. We jump ahead to the third, and things are getting chippy as Ian Farrell will take a big run at Joe McEwen, who will in turn get tripped up by Adam Smith with no call. Later, with the game still in question, Eric De Laurentiis will feed Stephen Deeg on this 2-on-1, and it's 3-0 Dukes. In the late going, Mike Soucier will flip the puck up to Luke Brown, who's off to the races to pot the empty netter. Tyson Teichman records his first OJHL shutout, stopping 32 pucks in the 4-0 Wellington win. The Oakville Blades in town Sunday night, and this one would stay close for quite a while before Wellington would pull away late. Mark Manolescu makes a couple of big saves early in the first, but Trevor Cope eventually finds Eric De Laurentiis, and he makes it 1-0 3 minutes in with his 21st of the campaign. The Dukes would outshoot the Blades 22-5 in the frame, but would only be up 1-0 after 20 minutes. In the second, Jacob Panetta will spring Mike Robinson, and he's off to the races, and it's 2-0 Wellington Dukes. The Blades would get that back, though, as Panetta gets tripped up with the puck. David Deshayavi would get in close and finally beat Teichman, who had a shutout streak of over 149 minutes going until this Oakville goal. Wellington puts the Blades to bed in the third with 3 power play goals. First, Trevor Cope bangs home this goal, his first of the game. Then watch as Cope completely undresses this Blades defender for one of the prettiest goals you'll see all season, and it's 4-1. Finally, Stephen Deeg gets in on the act, banging home this loose one, and it makes it a 5-1 Wellington final. The Dukes in Cobourg Monday night, and Dukes fans, if there are any young children in the room, you may want to usher them out prior to watching these clips. This game can be summed up by this clip, a Duke heading off on a penalty, and an ensuing Cobourg power play goal. The Cougars would go 6 for 7 with the man advantage, surprising as Wellington had not surrendered a power play goal since early December. The Cougars would stretch it out to 9-0 before Wellington gets one past Nathan Perry in the late going. Josh Shabrika is on the doorstep to get Wellington on the board. Later, Parker Wood gets sprung and he scores in a game that is best left forgotten. Wellington will be looking for a big bounce-back effort this Friday evening when they host the Trenton Golden Hawks. It promises to be a special evening for Wellington hockey fans as the club will, for the first time ever, retire the number of a former player. Longtime professional defenseman Brian Helmer will be honored with the unveiling of a banner with his number 44 on it prior to puck drop. County hockey fans are going to want to make sure they're in their seats early for a very special pregame ceremony. Join us next week for the highlights from that game as well as Sunday's contest in North York against the Rangers. For Wellington Dukes TV, I'm Jason Parks.